a land far from the eyes of ordinary people, nestled between rolling hills and shimmering lakes, there existed a kingdom called Lunaria. This was no ordinary place. It was a land where the stars themselves fell from the sky and blossomed into flowers that glowed softly through the night. These magical flowers grew in a hidden garden deep within the royal palace grounds, known as the Star Garden. The Star Garden was tended to by Princess Caelia, a quiet and gentle soul who had been entrusted with its care since childhood. Her long, dark hair gleamed like the night sky, and her eyes held the twinkle of distant constellations. Every night, as the world slept, Princess Caelia would wander through the Star Garden, tending to the glowing blossoms, making sure they remained vibrant and alive. Legend had it that these star flowers had the power to grant wishes, but only to those who were pure of heart. Over the centuries, many had sought to steal a flower, hoping to use its magic for selfish gain, but none had succeeded. For the garden was enchanted, and only the royal family knew how to enter its gates. One evening, as Caelia walked among the shimmering petals, something unusual happened. A star fell from the sky, brighter and faster than any she had ever seen. It shot across the heavens, burning with a brilliant blue light before crashing into the distant mountains beyond the kingdom. Caelia stood in awe, her heart racing. She had never seen a star fall so close to the earth. Without hesitation, she decided she must find it. She had always been curious about the stars, where they came from, and what secrets they held. Perhaps this star held answers she had long sought. Early the next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Caelia set out on her journey. She told no one of her plans, not even her loyal maid, Mira, who had been her companion since childhood. Caelia knew that the road ahead would be difficult, but her determination outweighed her fear. The path to the mountains was long and winding, through dense forests and over rocky hills. As the princess ventured deeper into the wild, she encountered strange and wonderful things. She passed through a forest where the trees whispered stories of ancient times and crossed a river that seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. After several days of travel, Caelia reached the base of the Silver Peaks, the towering mountains where the star had fallen. The air was cold and thin, and snow covered the ground in a thick blanket. Despite the biting wind, Caelia pressed on, her eyes fixed on the mountain's summit. As she climbed higher, the world around her grew eerily silent. The only sound was the crunch of her boots in the snow. But then, just as she was nearing the peak, a voice broke the stillness. "Why do you seek the fallen star, princess?" Caelia turned to find an old woman standing before her. She was cloaked in rags, her hair wild and gray, but her eyes sparkled with a strange, knowing light. "I seek answers," Caelia replied, her voice steady. "I care for the Star Garden, but I have always wondered why the stars fall and what power they hold." The old woman smiled, her wrinkles deepening. "Many have sought the stars, but few are worthy of their secrets." "I do not seek power," Caelia said. "I only wish to understand." The old woman studied her for a long moment before nodding. "Very well, princess. The star you seek lies just beyond the ridge. But be warned, it will test you. Only those who are truly selfless can unlock its power. Caelia thanked the woman and continued her climb. When she finally reached the summit, she found the fallen star, its blue light pulsing softly in the snow. It was breathtaking, more beautiful than anything she had ever seen. But as she reached out to touch it, the ground trembled beneath her feet. Suddenly, the star's light expanded, engulfing the entire mountaintop. Caelia found herself standing in a vast, shimmering void, surrounded by stars that flickered like candles in the darkness. "Why have you come, princess?" A voice boomed, deep and resonant, echoing through the starry expanse. "I wish to understand," Caelia said again, her voice calm but firm. "I care for the star garden, but I do not know its true purpose. I believe this star holds the answer." There was a long silence, and then the voice spoke again. "The stars do not belong to the earth. They fall only when the world is in need of their light. The star garden is a place of hope, but its magic is not to be used lightly. Do you understand this?" "I do," Caelia replied. "Then prove your worth. If you could make one wish, what would it be?" Caelia thought for a moment, her heart swelling with love for her kingdom. She could wish for anything: wealth, power, eternal youth. But none of that mattered to her. What she truly desired was peace for her people, for the magic of the stars to continue protecting them for generations to come. "I wish for Eldara to remain a place of peace and light, where the stars may always bloom in the garden." The stars around her flared brighter, and the voice softened. "You have chosen wisely, princess. Your heart is pure, and because of this, the magic of the stars will continue to protect your kingdom. The star garden will thrive, and you, Caelia, will be its guardian for as long as you live." With that, the light faded, and Caelia found herself back on the mountaintop. The fallen star had vanished, but its magic lingered in the air, filling her with a sense of peace and purpose. When she returned to Lunaria, the star garden was more vibrant than ever, its flowers glowing brighter than the moon itself. From that day forward, Caelia tended the garden with renewed devotion, knowing that the stars had entrusted her with their greatest secret. And though many years would pass and many more stars would fall, the kingdom of Lunaria remained a place of peace and beauty, watched over by its gentle princess and her glowing garden of stars.